Freckles meet Freckles. What?
Hope you had a little bit of fun with that. But welcome to the Freckles meets Freckles tag. So I'm doing this tag with Ty Crable because it's so funny. I recently became a subscriber of her, and same thing for her to me. And like the first thing I noticed when I saw her was that, ooh, she has freckles. Which is such a weird kind of thing because you don't see many people with freckles. Well, you don't see many African Americans with freckles. So when you do see one, you kind of like connect.
You know you have freckles? Do I have freckles? Let me see. Is that a freckle right there? Oh my gosh. What? I have freckles? All these years? Let me see. Oh my gosh, I can't rub that off. I have freckles. Who knew? I never knew that, but people sure let me know it all the time. People would come up to me all the time and say, "Did you know you have freckles?" Let me think about that one.
You have freckles. I sure do.
Did you have nicknames? Yes, I did. I had 2 nicknames. The first one was Peppermint Patty from Charlie Brown. Really? Peppermint Patty? Really? Come on. Peppermint Patty?
I get flashbacks when I see Peppermint Patty.
Do I have flashbacks when I see Peppermint Patty? Only when I see the Peppermint Patty in the store. Maybe when I don't watch Charlie Brown a whole lot anymore because my children are grown, but I don't really have flashbacks, but I know that was my nickname. And the second one was a man, Morris Day. What? Morris Day? All right, okay. Morris Day. He bad though. And he was my future husband's boy, you know, Prince. Hey, I'll take Morris Day. Whatever.
Phew. Glad that's over. Let's continue on with the Freckles tag. Do I have nicknames, and did you get teased as a child because of your freckles? Yes, I have nicknames, and I got hella tags when I was a kid growing up. Some of the nicknames were, like, my middle name was part of my nickname, so they used to call me Dookie. And they would say because I see shit stains all in front of my face. And that was that was the biggest tease, I would say. So they would walk up to me and they would go, "Do you see shit stains before your eyes?" And I'd say no, and they go, I do. You know how vicious kids can be, right?
How did that make me feel? I didn't care. But I will tell you this, every time I see a Peppermint Patty at the store, it takes me there. Not.
How did that make me feel? I felt pretty bad as a kid growing up because, you know, I was one of few black kids that went to this school, and, you know, so everything we did was like on a magnifying glass, you know, it was really weird. And because most of them were white, so when they see these, my sister has freckles too, so when they would see my sister and myself and we had freckles and we weren't like red hair or blonde hair or anything like that, we looked totally different, you know. We stood out.
When you look in the mirror, do you see freckles? When I look in the mirror, I do not see freckles at all. I don't know what I see when I look in the mirror, but I don't see freckles. Where are they? No, I don't. They're just a part of, they just blend in actually. But like I said, people point them out, and they have throughout life. People would just come up to me like, do you know that you have freckles? Yeah. You know how I know? Because people come and tell me all the time. All the time.
When you look in the mirror, do you see freckles? You know what? I've had them for me for so many years, with me for so many years, that when I look in the mirror, I look past it, I don't even see it. And the funny thing is, people notice that. So when they see me, they're like, "Oh, you have freckles." I'm like, did I? Friggin' forgot. But yeah, when I look in the mirror, I don't see freckles.
Did you get teased as a child because of your freckles? Yeah. I don't know if I looked at it as teasing. I guess it was, though. I've always been the type to have thick skin, so I was just like, yeah, whatever. Did you have as many freckles when you were younger as you do now? No, as a matter of fact, I was looking for a picture to share, and my skin from like elementary school looks like really clear. My freckles seem to me, in my opinion, to have appeared more so in junior high school, and I would show that picture, but my hair ain't right, so I'm not going to show you that picture.
Do you have as many freckles now as you had when you were a kid? I want to say it's funny, when I was first born, according to my mother, I did not have freckles. I got freckles as I guess became more of like a kindergarten, first grade, second grade, that kind of thing. And she says that my freckles have not changed since I was a kid. As a matter of fact, when I go out in the sun, they show up even more.
What do you think of your freckles? Now that I'm all grown up, I don't think anything about my freckles. I don't even notice them. I didn't notice them until people would tell me that I had them, actually. They're just a part of who I am.
Now that you're all grown up, what do you think about your freckles? I really don't think about them now as a grown up. I kind of more focus sometimes on when I was a kid and the kind of treatment that I used to have about that. So sometimes that gets on my nerve, or I can even joke about it now that I'm all grown up. But I don't really think anything about them. Like when I'm putting on my clothes or outfits, I don't look for anything to bring them out or accentuate them. Like I no longer try to use grapefruit juice to try to fade them, because that was a thing back when I was a kid. If you use grapefruit juice and you rub it on your face, you can kind of fade your freckles. Well, that's a farce, because they're still here. So I don't really think about them too much now as an adult. What do grown-ups say about your freckles? Most times they say, "Oh, those are really cute. I love your freckles." Or I can always tell, if I don't know your name, it's easy for me to describe you, because I can always say, you know, the African-American woman with the freckles.
Are there a lot of people in your family with freckles? No, my dad has freckles. My son has freckles, but he's a browner complexion. He's probably like 2 shades darker than me, so they're really hard to see them on him. But they're all how I have them on my hands right here. See those freckles? My son has freckles just like that, all on his hands. Exact same way. And they're everywhere on his hands. And when he was younger, as a matter of fact, he had them on his cheeks. You can see them on his cheeks, but now it's just really hard to see it.
Are there a lot of people in your family with the freckles? I want to say on my mother's side, yes, because my sister has freckles. My mother has freckles. My grandmother had freckles, and we have cousins and aunts and uncles that have freckles. So there are a lot of.
Do you have a YouTube buddy that has freckles? I have 2 YouTube buddies that I can think of offhand that has freckles. The first one is Cassie, African Queen. She has freckles, okay, and beautiful hair. And also Pal Scraps Sterry. LaShawn Terry is her name. She has beautiful hair, and they have freckles.
Do you have a YouTube buddy that has freckles? Yes. Believe it or not, I only have one. And that's Ty Crable, who's doing the same tag with me.
Call 911.
Hey girl, first let me tell you that I'm so excited I don't have to edit this video. Thank you. Where did those come from? What?
So that's the end of this tag, and I want to thank you so much for participating and hanging on in there through this tag, and both of us will catch you in our next video. Thanks for watching.